Hey, East Coast, thanks for being here. And Brenda, thank you. As you can see, it's not that nice out. It's just kind of yucky. Let me see if I can get a little better shot of this. No, not much. Skyfly, good morning to you too. Well, Sunstar, yeah, there's a ship coming down right now. The Captain Henry Jackman. It's Algoma line ship. It's as you can see, there's no conveyor system on the back of the ship, so it's not a self unloader. But it's a bulk carrier. Good morning, Lance. Dusty and Joel and everybody's here. Not everybody, but those that those that tend to show. I don't know where Joe is this morning, but I think he's probably, you know, I don't think he's sleeping well because of his allergies or congestion or what do you want to call it? Justin, he was probably up all night playing Fortnite. Now that Laura's home, we'll see. So, Lance, what have you been up to? Well, it's dark out there still, I would imagine. On the West Coast, it would only be 6:07 a.m. Um, so not very bright, I don't think. Of course, I don't know. I would imagine it's starting to lighten up a little bit here now. Well, it's not lightening up here because it's just dark, but as you can see, um, where is it headed? It's destination for that ship is Bay Camus, which is on French Canada. East Coast says it's getting warm there already. Oh, are you expecting it to get warm, hot, or what? It's only 64 degrees here. Oh, the beach sunrise in 40 minutes. Okay. Oh, East Coast says it's going to get to be 98 degrees today. Wow. We're going to have a high here of 72 to 74 degrees. Yeah, it's getting warm for you. Sorry. I don't mind warmth, like 78 to maybe 80. But when it gets up to into the 90s with that kind of humidity, now not good for me. But then again, the old guy that I am, I remember there were days in the wintertime when I was a kid when there were snowbanks out in front of the house where they used to plow the snow in the streets would be 4 to 6 feet deep. You could all you'd see the antenna of the car going by. And it's not that way anymore. And I don't think that's because of global warming. I think it's just because they're spending more time on clearing the streets. So any of you, any of you folks have the new DJI Neo? And if you do, what do you think about it? It's kind of a mixed bag on YouTube of reviewers. Some like it, some don't. Some think it's okay. Some thinks it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But I don't think it's all encompassing. The downfall is for those that like to fly distance and time, It's short distance and short time. However, the camera quality seems to be fairly good. Yeah, Dusty. Well, the days when people used to go out and build igloos and that kind of stuff are not around anymore. Outdoor skating rinks are only available up here in the north because they have underground refrigeration. Otherwise, you'd only have maybe 30 days, 40 days of cold enough weather where it would freeze solid overnight, and then it would get a little bit of a glass on top because of the sun warming it up. But yeah, I know that they were selling it. They sold out of it in Canada for the most part, but I just don't know what if anybody happened to get one or order one, or because if you order them from the right place, they said that you should get it by this week or end of last week. Catherine. Anybody happen to get one or order one, or because if you order them from the right place, they said that you should get it by this week or end of last week. You got to mute there, okay?
Can you hear me, Paul?
Yeah, Lance, I can hear you.
Okay. I was having trouble.
When you came on, I could hear myself in the background.
Yeah, because I had the YouTube audio on, and I'm on not a new computer. I'm on my Mac, and I usually don't launch from my Mac. I launch from a PC or my phone. So it took me a minute to try to get on. So a Neo, I don't know if I'm going to get the Neo or not.
Yeah, I went and bought the right controller for it, and I don't know if it was a waste of money or not.
And have you tried the goggles at all?
No, I don't do goggles, and I don't do the hand.
And you've never tried it?
No.
Yeah. I didn't know I would like it, and I do. It's
well, you when you first did it, you did it sitting down, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
In fact, there are times.
I don't know if you heard my story I told a couple of years ago. There was a guy had an older gentleman was about 100 yards away from me, and I was watching him, and he put the goggles on, he had the drone on the ground, and he took off, and he was standing up, and he fell right over on his back.
Oh, yeah.
And I was watching him, and he sat up for a minute, took the goggles off, looked around and saw me, and I waved at him.
Oh yeah, the very first time there was no way I could stand. I can stand sometimes now, just kind of depends. But I definitely have to brace myself.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mark. I'll lean against.
Good morning.
Or try to sit or lean
or at
against.
least be at a minimum, first few flights, you should be leaning at the front of your car or something. You should have something stable around you. But to just stand out in the middle of a field with goggles on the first time and take off, it's like, oh, no.
And if I stand, I have a wide stance, just so I'm bracing myself, right?
You put the link in, Paul, but you've not pinned it again.
Okay, let me pin it. There we go.
That's it.
Well, usually when I do that, Mark, it's because I haven't gotten rid of the little heart emojis and stuff.
All right, yeah.
I switch over and I get rid of the emojis and I forget to go back and pin the thing. So
Hmm. I know Johnny's on. He came on late this morning because Chris Hope was on earlier.
ah,
But Joe's not over there.
no, I noticed that. You know, he's not feeling well.
Mm,
And he doesn't like to make a big deal out of it, but some of us
Yeah.
have concerns because he's not one to run to the doctor, you know.
He's lugging too much camera equipment around.
Well, and besides that, he's out shooting in rainstorms and extreme heat and everything else, you know.
Yeah.
Spends way too much time outside flying. Oh, ow.
The not a lot of ships in the area here. We just had one go down. The next one downbound is the Comiscue, which is up halfway up the thumb, and there's one coming upbound, the American Mariner. It's down around Marine City, which is about 30, 40 miles south of me, headed upbound.
And how long will that take? 2 hours?
No, it's about because it's doing what speed it's doing? It's doing 9.3 knots. It'll get to St. Clair in about 30 minutes.
4 hours.
An hour, about an hour, hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes or so. It'll get to the Black River. Then the Black River up to the Blue Water Bridge is about another 20 minutes.
So yeah, 2 hours. I was pretty close.
At 10 miles an hour, 35 miles is going to take it 3.5 hours.
Well, that was just a guess on my part. I didn't measure it out. Let me see. 5 miles. 5, 10, 15, 20, about 25 miles out.
Right, so that's 2.5 hours.
A distant memory after what followed it.
And that's 2.5 hours to the Blue Water Bridge. So he'd be in sight in a couple of hours. Because when I get to the Black River, which is just south of us, where they check in to marine traffic, they say 22, 25 minutes, 30 minutes to the buoys 1 and 2, which are the first 2 buoys out in the lake, marking the channel up along the eastern side of the Corsica Shoal. There's a shoal out there that they used to run aground down all the time.
Okay, Paul, so look behind you. Look at your TV. Is that the United States side or Canada
Yeah,
side?
that's U.S.
Okay.
And I'll tell you how you know this is a light ship that years ago they used to put out at the end of the channel, and it's got a big beacon light on top, and it used to flash. And then as it pans, you can see downtown Port Huron, a little bit of it up on top. This is the water filtration plant.
So
And
is that
Is the bridge
Is that-
behind us or is it
Yeah.
still
In
pointing
other
toward
words,
the,
it'd be right directly behind. The river comes down like out of the lake, comes down and then it curves around like this. And it goes around and then up to the Black River and then down to St. Clair River. Black River is just a point of demarcation. This is the US Coast Guard cutter. That is, this is the Coast Guard has a base here where they have a cutter.
I thought the cameras were looking from the US across to Canada.
Well, they pan across,
Mm,
but this is on an auto pan. So
Ah.
what it's doing is it's panning
it's
slowly
looking along.
from
yeah.
west to east across the river. And you'll see it when it gets to the other side, they'll start panning on the Canadian side.
Yeah.
They just built, this is a new apartment or condominium complex they built. That's a city hall. Why the hell they built the city hall on prime real estate, I don't know. Maybe just because they could.
Mm,
And all the smoke behind here is coming out of Canada. And here you got some fishermen sitting out here off the markers on the Canadian side. And that's Canada. And that's a place that they make cement and everything. And you got cement trucks there. Now that's backing out. Here's where I usually park right here when I go down there. That used to be an Indian casino. Used to say casino up on the side, used to be lit up. But I don't know, every time they pan on it when it's dark, I don't see anybody around there, so I don't know, but they still turn the lights on at night. Kind of strange. This is the park here. That's a statue there of Thomas Edison. He used to live in this area when he was a kid, and he used to be. This is an old train station where he used to board the train, and it was a butcher. He was when I say a butcher, they used to have underneath their arm they'd have different things to sell to the passengers. The passengers used to board there and go down to Detroit. And back before we had freeways the way we do today.
so where are you? Right in here?
Hey, Dusty, the humidity doesn't make any difference in the UK.
No, you gotta be down in
It
here.
can be 90% humid, but it's still bloody cold.
You gotta go down. Okay, there's Mackinac Island right there. And you go further south. That's Lake Huron. You follow the coastline down. Right at the right on the heel of the thumb, right there.
Okay.
Yep. Sarnia is the Canadian city right across from us. So all those ships come up the Detroit River into Lake St. Clair and up into the St. Clair River up, and then they go into Lake Huron. And that line that is, of course, is the difference between the U.S. and Canada territorial.
This is the bridge that you usually fly under.
Yep. And if you go over to the left, you see those two green patches there on the left on land. Okay, one is Lighthouse, and you go over there to a little bit more left, just a little bit left. You want to go over to Stone Street. It's 1, 2, 3, right there. You go north, you see where that one ends right there, right there. No, down right there. If you can zoom in there. Okay, go back over there. That's Gratiot. Go over to Stone. Got to go north a little bit more north. Right there, see where it says Robinson Street? I'm the house right there to your left of your pointer. Nope, a little bit further to the left. A little bit further to the left. A little bit further. I'm across Robinson, right? Right, the house right there. Down. That's my neighbor right there.
Oh, wonderful. We've just had a
Okay, so now if you zoom in, okay, a little bit to the left right there. See that? That's my tenant's car parked out in the yard. That's my house, and that's my big garage where I keep all my toys and everything.
Mm.
And that's the school yard behind me, Garfield School, where I went to school as a kid.
Did you grow up in this house, Paul?
Yep, that my parents brought me home to that house when I was born.
So cool.
I don't know if you zoom in more, will it give you a street view?
So is that the
Yeah,
stream
okay,
time camera that
right,
somebody else
there you
is?
go. There's my house.
Is somebody else controlling the stream time camera now? Then
Well, it's either on autoplay, which it just automatically pans,
Mm.
or somebody is controlling the camera. They have a
Yeah, but
bunch of here.
if you're saying it's looking at your house,
No. This is Lance has got Google Earth on. He's
all right,
showing my
right,
house.
I get you.
That's south.
Yeah, at the moment I can't see Lance.
That's my house, and that's the ramp I go up and down if I go to the house, the front of the house.
We've just had a heavy rain warning from 12:30 tonight till 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's rainy weather. It's rainy weather here too, and it kind of pisses me off because the damn Mia's out laying underneath the tree in the rain again. Just,
yeah. Precious comes out.
I make her come in. She'll come in for a little while, then she'll come over and start pawing my leg. Hey.
Yeah. Precious comes out with me if I go outside and have a cigarette. But then she comes back in again with me and falls asleep on the settee again. But what are we? 12 degrees centigrade today with a minimum of 5 and 75% humidity. I want to know why this humidity isn't making it warmer. You keep moaning that it's the humidity that makes everything hot over there. It doesn't over here.
They just started the race in Detroit, where their joggers are called the Tunnel to Towers. They go from the Detroit Windsor Tunnel all the way to the all the way to the tower for the bridge, the Ambassador Bridge. And 40,000 people just started the trip.
What fun.
Yeah, you know, when I was younger, I used to do stuff like that, but there's no way I'm going to run anywhere.
I'm not all that keen on walking places, never mind running.
Oh, East Coast used to play frisbee golf. Still has his same frisbee. Yeah, you know, that became kind of popular, what, in the 70s, 80s? Frisbee golf?
There are still some frisbee golf courses out there, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. More over in over in the States than there are in the UK, I think. But
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta pitch some peanuts and yell at Mia.
699. Hey, you're catching me up. Lance, I've got 765. It keeps going up to 766 and then dropping back down again. What's the wind like? 13-mile-an-hour winds gusting to 28. And from the southeast. Well, why are they cold if they're coming from the southeast? They shouldn't be. Well, we're down to less than 12 hours sunshine now, or daylight, I should say, not sunshine. Sunrise 7:07, sunset 18:49.
Yeah, so it's funny. I start throwing out peanuts. I got my little chipmunks out there, and then I got my squirrels. And I looked across the street, and about 8 squirrels come running across the street, heading for my house. I got brown ones, I got black ones, I got gray ones. There's more black squirrels than anything, but
That's weird because normally you only get gray or red.
now, yeah, black squirrels are indigenous to our area. There's all kinds of black squirrels.
All right.
Because I know that, like, if you go east, I don't think they got a lot of black squirrels. In fact, there were some guys that used to trap the black squirrels and then take them to the East Coast.
Well, how far away from the East Coast are you?
I don't know. We're a little bit east of the center of the U.S.
All right. So you're closer to the west than you are the east then.
No, we're closer to the east. I'm east of Chicago by about 360 miles. 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 360 mi
Yeah, that don't really help me a lot. I don't know
Well,
where Chicago is either, but never mind.
I think dead center, Lance, isn't dead center St. Louis? About, and Chicago's a little bit northeast of St. Louis.
So far this season. Odds on it's going to be another.
That's weird because I always envisaged that St. Louis was further towards the west coast.
I don't know if you can see them all running. See them?
Mm. Oh yeah, just about. That room's a lot bigger than
Oh yeah, this is a
it
big room.
appears. Yeah.
And the room in here is big too, you know, so then I got a living room and a dining room and a bedroom on the other side. It used to be when I was growing up, there was 2 bedrooms, and I put a divider on it and took the one wall of the one bedroom, the west bedroom. I put a wall up there with the sliding wooden doors,
Uh-huh.
made it into closet space, and then I've got a big kitchen over here. Yeah. I got a lot of space here.
Mm.
Then I got the upstairs. I've got a 2-bedroom apartment upstairs with living room, kitchen, a full bathroom with a shower, you know, a walk-in shower with several
Yeah.
heads.
So it's not a small house then.
No,
Yeah.
good size house.
And
It
the
was
basement
it
as
used to
well.
be- Back in its day, I think when it was built, it was a farmhouse. I don't know the exact date that it was first built, but that's what I'm guessing. Because what happened was at some point in time, it was built on cement foundation around the outside, and then at some point they dug it out and then put in cement floor and then put bricks up the side so that I've got a basement, but it's not a very tall basement. You have to walk through with bent down a little bit, and that's where the coal-fired furnace was. Because there's a coal room downstairs. We used to have to take and shovel the coal into the coal bin when I was a kid, and it would take and with an auger put it into the coal into the furnace for the house.
Mhm.
Gonna make
So
my
it's-
oatmeal, guys. I'll be listening.
Okay, Lance.
So if yours was a farmhouse originally, I take it that it was just surrounded by land,
Yeah,
and that
yeah, because
all of
all
the
the houses south of
all the
me,
houses and the school around you are much later.
much later. The houses, I would say, vintage 1950s.
Mm.
And I think this house was built in the 20s.
All right. Because I know my house was built in mid-30s. What the hell's happened here? I've lost something.
The is there anybody else on right now, or just us?
I don't know whether Johnny's finished or not. There we go, got it back. What does it say for Johnny?
Yeah, he's still going.
Mm. Yeah, he's only been going for about an hour and 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. 70 minutes.
Mm.
Who's over there commenting? Mad Props is over there.
TJ's over there.
DJ's over there. Joe Fodolio.
Yeah, Philip Beauchart. Lon's on the panel with him. John Flynn. I think Scott's over there. Chris Hope, Bob Casey. Well, Lance was over there as well at one point, and Joel
Well, you know, I think it's nice to go check
and
in.
Dusty. Yeah. So quite a few have come across to you from him.
Yeah, the north end up here off the lake has some history, but mostly since the 1940s or 50s, they started building homes up here. Some of the homes you can tell are older than some of the new ones that they filled in with are newer homes.
I seem to remember they play a PGA Tour tournament at Concessions, don't they?
At what?
Concessions in Sarasota.
Oh, Florida. Yeah.
Dusty was saying about it.
Yeah, well, that's what that was Dusty was saying that, and then Brenda said that she's played at Lakewood Ranch, but not Concessions.
All right. I'd love to go over to America and play a few of the courses over there, but I played a lot of courses in England and Scotland, some in Wales, and Spain and Portugal.
Well, at least you've gotten around, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, played Carnoustie a lot. Used to go there every year. That's a wonderful course. Played Valderrama once. That was bloody expensive.
Well, Mark, what do you think? I think I'm going to call it. We're down to 7 people watching.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want.
Yep, I think I'm going to call it. We'll see everybody later today. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you later, Paul. Take care.
Thanks, Mark. Yep, bye-bye. Thanks, Lance.